Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Sorry, were you forced to watch The Truman Show every single semester of high school? No, you didn't go to a Catholic school that made you do that? Weird. I did. I still like that movie. Anyways, that has nothing to do with what we're doing today. Today is going to be such a spooky one. I'm really excited. We're deep in October. Outside is looking very hoa, 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 hoa. I feel like I need to sit here and do that thing in Twilight where it's like October, November, December. Man, have you ever been that deep in depression? We don't need to talk about that. Anyways, today we are going to be listening and talking about the absolute scariest supernatural, paranormal, demonic 911 calls that have ever occurred in the world. There were tons of AI ones, but my awesome friend Paige was able to find me ones that we're really going to enjoy. Or pee or poo our pants on. You know, you never know what it's going to be. So there's one that's going super viral right now on social media, and it is the It's Not Human 911 call. So not only do I have the 911 call, but I also have the aftermath interview to react to, which is going to be super interesting. But let's jump right into that call.
I'm driving on 210. I just crossed the Black River, and I thought I saw a guy standing on the side of the road bleeding.
Where are you at, sir?
I'm on 210. I just crossed the Black River. I'm heading towards 53 East. I just passed Patriots Watch.
Okay, so you're over near Morse Creek?
So pause. The first thing that I'm thinking at first, you're on a road called Black Creek Road. That's absolutely terrifying. The second thing that makes me really curious here is I think of gangs. A lot of the time they'll have someone who looks like they're injured get you to pull over, then they steal your car. Even gangs have done things where they'll put a baby car seat with like a fake baby doll on the side of the road because they know that women are going to pull over. They're either going to grab them for trafficking or they're going to steal their car. So that's where my mind initially goes when I hear this call. But when you hear what's about to happen, this is bananas.
You saw a man standing on the side of the road?
Why?
What was that, sir?
That's not human! That's not human!
The fear.
Sir, are you okay, sir?
There's something in the bed of my truck!
Okay, what's in the road?
No, it's not in the road. It's in my truck. In the bed.
There's something in the bed of your truck?
Yes, ma'am. I just turned on my bed lights for my truck, and there's something in my bed.
Okay, sir, when you say something, what do you mean?
Pause. Just imagine being the 911 like dispatch person and hearing this. I would be goosebumped up to next Tuesday.
I just knocked it off of the bed of my truck and went over my roof.
Okay, what was it?
Okay, so that's all there is for that call. It's been going viral on social media and it is blowing my mind. I haven't heard the aftermath interview that Paige was able to find, which is super interesting. But the way that he screams, "It's not human, it's not human." Like, there is no guess in that. He knew that something was not right. So let's jump into this It's Not Human, the aftermath interview, okay? But first, let me give you a little bit of info, okay? So during this 911 call, the man has reported that he was on the 210 after crossing the Black River, heading east on Highway 53. The Black River is part of the Cape Fear River system, just north of Carolina. So now you have a bit of an idea of where we are. It is an area long regarded as a paranormal hotspot. So this is a spot that's already known to people. I'm wondering if the 911 dispatcher has had calls because you can almost hear it in her voice. You can hear a little waver like she's like, "Oh no, not again. What could this be?" So if you pull up the Google Maps, which will pop up right here, okay, you will notice something unsettling. This encounter happened near the house used in The Conjuring 2013, which is crazy. Lots of drama going on with that place right now too. Do you want me to talk about it? Drop it in the comments. While it's not the real Conjuring house, this filming location has its own dark reputation. The caretaker has reported and experienced bizarre and unexplained events while they were shooting the movie. Could this mysterious 911 call, the history of the Black River, and the strange activity tied to the Conjuring filming location all be connected? So this isn't the house, this isn't the actual Conjuring house. This is where they filmed it, that big white house. It looked like it had its own drama too. Okay, so there's that. Or are we looking at honestly just a coincidence that's gonna run deeper than it seems, but it's interesting. So let's hear the reaction to the interview. I have not heard this. Guys, I have a new obsession, and it is honestly the easiest way to unwind after a long day, and it is called Misplay. Misplay is a rewards app for mobile gaming that actually lets you earn points for just playing games you already love. It's totally free to download, and once you start playing, you'll earn points that you can redeem for gift cards for places like Amazon, Walmart, Xbox, PlayStation, and more. There are hundreds of games, puzzle, word, card, strategy, basically whatever you're into. And over $100 million in gift cards has already been redeemed through Misplay. And it is honestly such a fun way to discover new games. I have been playing a lot of games. There are ones like Wordscape, Grand Harvest, and I love that it actually keeps track of how much I play and rewards me along the way. The more you play, the more points that you can earn, and those points add up fast. You can download Misplay right now by using my link or QR code, or use my code inside the app for 200 extra points, and it is valid for new users only, so don't wait. Start playing and earning today. That's Misplay. Discover new games, play your favorites, and earn rewards while you relax. Download for free with my link and start redeeming points for your favorite gift cards. Back to the show.
Hi guys, it's Rusty. I'm about to interview the young man that was driving the truck the night of the frantic 911 call. Obviously, we're not going to share your name or your face. Clearly, your voice is the voice that's on that 911 call. So start wherever you want to. We want to hear the whole story.
I was coming up from Florida to visit my family. It was already easily like well into the morning. I wasn't looking at my phone. I just know it was pitch black outside, and I had my window down, and as I was coming around, there's a massive right curve. Just started the curve, and I was about a third of the way through it, and I look over into the ditch because I caught a quick glimpse of something, and as I take a further look, it looks like there's I'd say probably a 30-something-year-old man standing in that ditch wearing what looks like an old Civil War uniform, just covered head to toe in blood. Well, I'm calling 911 after I see him to report that, because for all I know, it could have just been a normal guy that was injured and needed needed emergency help. You know, everything seemed perfectly normal. Just quick phone call to 911, let them know, hey, there's a guy out here, and try to find somewhere safe to park so that way I can take them to him. Right as soon as I reported that, I already had my window up at that point.
Yeah, you'd think so.
All of a sudden, I heard a massive bang on my truck, and my truck bounced down from the rear, like I was pulling a heavy trailer and I hit a pothole.
Wow. That's scary.
And so
that is just terrifying.
I'm sitting there going, what the hell was that? Which I'm pretty sure you heard me yell, what the hell? And I looked in my rearview mirror, and all I saw was this white, like snow white face right up against my rear windshield. Like it was looking into my truck, trying to see what it could see. It had shallow, sunken eyes. Couldn't see any ears, just that. And immediately, I just started screaming. I didn't realize until afterwards that I had said that's not human on the call.
I think it's your body just wants you to do something, so you just had to say what he saw, which was, it's not human.
All I had was a wood splitting axe, so that's all I had. Well, I'm doing in between like 55, 60 miles an hour when this happens, and I just stomped on the gas for a second. When I looked at the speedometer before I slammed on my brakes, I was doing maybe 80.
Damn.
And I slammed on those brakes with all my might, and I went from like 80 miles an hour down to like 35 in just like a couple of seconds. And all I see is this super scrawny long body just fly over my truck in a ball rolling.
Does it sound like an alien? Does it sound like a stereotypical sound like an alien?
I then swerve to the left and get back in the travel lane, and I floor it. And as I'm swerving to the left, I see it stand up, and it is easily taller than that truck.
No way.
I'm 5'10". The truck is about 2 inches taller than I am. And this thing was easily like maybe 7 feet.
Wow.
As I pass it, I look in my mirror and I see it bolt to the left into the woods. And
I don't think that this is in the Appalachians, but man, I've driven through the Pennsylvania Appalachians and I have like felt vibes. You feel vibes. I've driven through there in Virginia, dead middle of the night. And it was later that I learned that it's like, don't get out of your car. And I've definitely like pulled over to pop a squat at like 4 o'clock in the morning. Like that was so dangerous.
Not because people, because
Whatever this is.
it looked like somebody took a normal human and stretched them out, starting with the limbs. It like abnormally long legs and arms, and it just took off into the woods. And I just said, nope, I'm out of here. I'm not staying to figure out what this is. And there's a gas station all the way at the corner where the highway intersects. And I pulled into that gas station. I was doing like 90 all the way to that gas station because that was the only place with any light that I saw.
Right.
Well, next thing I know, the state troopers show up at the gas station, and I'm just staring back at that road to make sure that it's not coming back.
Right.
When it hit the back of the truck and landed in the bed, like it had latched onto the hood for a second and scraped, trying to balance itself. And you could see that clear as day. I mean, there was a couple of scratches from like squirrels and tree branches, but those stuck out because it looked like it had landed like this and just ripped backwards. The troopers especially seemed skeptical. Parks and Wildlife, when they flew the drone, they seemed more curious than anything, and EMS was more like, okay, are you okay? And they went and looked for the other guy.
They probably definitely wonder mental health, make sure that he's not drunk, make sure all these things are like, he seems very logical. He doesn't want to be seen on camera and stuff. It's not like he did it for fame. It's not like he did it for stuff. He's just telling a story, which is interesting. Gives it more credibility for me.
The state patrol were there.
Yes.
EMS,
Yes.
wildlife,
and
and the sheriff's department.
Yes.
No Area 51 though.
I was still in fight or flight when they told me, hey, can you go back and show us? Because I did not want to go back at all.
I don't blame you at all. I don't blame you.
I still refuse to drive through that area at night.
I would too.
I don't know what I saw. I don't ever want to see it again.
And that's the damn truth. Sometimes you just don't have an answer, and that's what makes everything so interesting. It makes these calls just stick out in your mind because as human in the human condition, we need to make sense of everything that we see. But the truth is sometimes you just can't. But that one sticks with me. The next one that we're going to have here is an abandoned funeral home 911 call. See, I used to do a podcast a long time ago called The Haunted Estate. It was around for almost 10 years. Those are the spooky episodes that I do on YouTube now when I talk about, dark stuff in Hollywood, all that. That's the new version of The Haunted Estate, are those episodes. But I have heard some really cool stories coming from abandoned funeral homes. But today, this one is an actual police call that is placed on August 11th, 2018. So we're pretty modern right now. And this is shortly after 3:30 a.m. in Pueblo, Colorado. At first, the caller dialed and then immediately hung up. As you'd expect, police quickly called the number back in case it was an emergency. But what they got in return was a deeply unsettling response. There's some debate about the exact words that were spoken, but the general consensus is that the call began with, "Please help," followed by, "Come get me." Then it abruptly ended with a dead tone. Officers were dispatched to the address linked to the call, but what they found was absolutely chilling. All right. The call had come from a funeral home. So I've actually talked about a case like this. I wonder if it's the same call. The building was completely locked, the lights were off, and nobody was inside. All right, let's listen to this phone call.
Hello?
100%. I did hear that. I absolutely heard that. I did hear a man say, "Come get me." I think a lot of the time, people, after they pass away, there's a couple different things that happen. People can immediately leave. They ascend. They have no unfinished business. They have nothing like that going on. But spirit can linger. Spirit can 100% linger. It can still be completely intelligent, like a human. It is in a funeral home. It doesn't understand why it's in a funeral home. I feel like the longer you're dead, the less intelligence you have to our world and our communication and things like that. But I think that this is obviously someone's either joking around, which I doubt because I totally heard the first one. I didn't pick it up, but I heard the "come get me." That's had a weird vibe. I don't know. That was weird. Did you feel it? Let me know if you saw anything. But I think that right there, that was possibly a spirit that was fresh to the funeral home. It was kind of like, hey, like, I'm not supposed to be here, which it makes me sad that somebody could totally be, you know, locked in there or something. But I love that. That's so spooky. That's so scary. I wonder what day it was. It was August. Okay, so can you imagine if that was October? Oof. Anytime I see a cop, anytime I get pulled over, I always ask if they have scary stories. And it is unbelievable how many cops have spooky stories. Now, the next one that we're going to jump into is an elderly lady's disturbing 911 call. So this woman was known to local 911 operators as a frequent caller. They happen, you know, Nancy's put a garbage on my front porch. You know, those kind of people. So she lived alone, and over time she had developed a reputation for paranoia. Okay. After multiple calls and repeated police visits that turned up nothing, operators began to take her reports less and less seriously. We're talking, you know, the little girl who cries wolf. We've learned that story. But this time it was different. People began to speculate that the man she described in her last call may have been stalking or terrorizing her for some time. And they finally decided to act. And what has once been brushed off as paranoia may have led up to the real horrifying event. There was just no further information beyond what happened in the call, no resolution, no answers, just silence. So here we go.
What's the problem, ma'am? Oh, well, there's some guy been checking the place out. How? Well, he went in the back. I have an apartment in the back, and he said he was looking for a guy, and he comes to my door, and said he's looking for an apartment. So I live alone, and I'm an old lady. Mm-hmm. Where is he now, ma'am? I have no idea.
So there's just nothing? Wait. So there's no after story. That's just the 911 call. There's literally no after story. They don't say what happened to her. They didn't say anything. The way that woman screamed, you could tell like she was like watching somebody, listening to something, and then you hear those freaking screams. Are you serious? That's nightmare fuel. I don't like that. I don't like it. You can just tell. And that's the thing. I've met some people with like schizophrenia in my life. Scares me so much. I've spoken to people with schizophrenia and I'm like, I get this mental health, but like, is there more to this? I feel like I should do an episode about that, like mental health and like actually being more connected to the other world. So now this next call is from 35 years ago and it is called the cryptid call. And it's a short one. But in 1990, a man from Washington made a frantic 911 call reporting something unimaginable. All right. His dog had just been killed. Oh, I hate the dog stories. I hate them so much. Okay. He claimed that the animal was thrown over his fence and literally launched over the trees when there was no one and nothing in sight. He couldn't understand what happened or what could have done it. What? So not only do we have the call, but then we also have the same man, something to react to after. So not long after, the police had received another call from the same man, okay? This time his voice was even more unsettled. He told dispatchers that there was something very large in his yard and staring at him. And he strongly implied that it was the same thing that had recently killed his dog. For decades, people had speculated that the encounter may have been a cryptid, perhaps even Bigfoot. Washington's endless forests and rugged terrain have long fueled rumors that something in the unknown is living among them. Some think that the dog may have been barking at it and the creature lashed out, feeling threatened. Which, you know, that kind of makes some sense. But what's even stranger is that it seemed to return to the man's backyard after the attack. Why? Was it curious? What was going on? Was it protecting its territory? Or was there another intention entirely? Okay, so we have two videos here.
911, what are you reporting?
I got a strange going on out here. Something just killed my dog.
Something killed your dog?
My dog went flying through the air over the tree. I don't know how it did it.
Okay.
Damn it, I'm really confused. All I saw was my dog coming over the fence, and he was dead when she hit the ground. I didn't see any cars. All I saw was my dog coming over the fence. Good-sized man, or something. It looks like a man. I don't know what it was. Just that it ran across the yard. Whatever it is, it's running. I couldn't catch it if I was going to chase it. But whatever it was standing up.
I hate that. That's literally the scariest freaking thing ever. Oh my gosh. What I don't understand is like why he still lives there. I would be listing my house for sale if something that big could get that call. You know what? It's Earth though. Are you really safe anywhere? Are you really safe anywhere at all with anything you're doing? But if you saw somebody that big, like is it nighttime? He says he's all dressed in black. He's looking at him, but he can't tell. Like again, it's like mental health. There's a Bigfoot, but like this, I don't know. It sounds true. So then there's a second call that comes in from this man. Let's check it out.
911, what are you reporting?
We got someone or something crawling around out here.
Did you see what it was? Was it a person or an animal or?
I can't tell. All I know is that my central light came on and I just happened to glimpse and see this thing running across the yard. A good-sized man or something. It looks like a man. I don't know what
So
it
it's
was.
nighttime.
It ran across the yard.
Okay. You've had problems in the neighborhood before?
Yeah, my dog was killed here just recently. I don't know what it was. Whatever it is, it's running. I couldn't catch it if I was going to chase it. But whatever it was standing up. I'm out here looking through the window now and I don't see anything. I don't want to go outside. Jesus Christ, you better...
Sir?
Dio!
Hello?
Get somebody out here.
What's going on now, sir?
That son of a bitch is about 6'9", I don't know.
Do you see him now, sir?
Yes, I'm looking right at him.
Uh-oh. Okay, hang on.
He's right...
Is he in your yard, sir?
Yeah, God, he's big.
Okay, what's he doing in your yard?
He's looking at me.
Oh, and the guy is on foot.
I don't know what... It's a big, real big person.
So that's shared. He talks to Karen. He talks about his wife. His wife is seeing it. So this is a real thing. Who's dressed in all black? Also, my question about earlier. Threw the dog over the fence, up through the trees. Dog was dead before it hit the ground. You went and got it? You went, like you saw it all happening? Or did he go up in the air? Like threw it up in the air? I wish there was more on this. It's so interesting. If you know more about this, please drop it in the comments below. Now, this one is a really cool one. This is coming out of Las Vegas. This is an alien encounter 911 call. So this 911 call came from Las Vegas. We're talking Nevada. A state already synonymous with UFO sightings, Area 51, and the infamous extraterrestrial highway. The caller outside working on a truck with his dad and brother. So we have a community sighting out here, which is always super interesting. They reported seeing something fall from the sky. It had lights, and when it hit the ground, they literally felt the impact. Moments later, they heard footsteps. Within seconds, they claimed to see two 8-foot-tall beings with large eyes and mouths staring at them. So fun, so great, so wonderful. What makes this call truly chilling isn't just what's being described, it's how it's being described. The caller's voice is concerned, yet calm, like someone who's in shock. He keeps repeatedly stressing to the dispatcher that this is not a joke, and even more unsettling, he says that the beings are still there as he's speaking on the phone. It's the calm instance, and that it's happening right now, that makes the encounter terrifyingly real.
Okay, what's going on over there?
Okay, lady. Me, my dad, and my brother, we're working on a truck in our backyard, and we have a big lot outside, right? Correct?
Okay.
We were working, and we just see in a corner of our eye something fall down from the sky, and it was with light. And when it hit down, it was like a big impact, and we felt it. We felt like an energy, and then we hear like a lot of footsteps near us, and then we have a big equipment, and we see, and there's like an 8-foot person beside it, and another one's inside, and it has big eyes and looking at us, and it's still there.
Okay, where is this on your property?
In my backyard. I swear to God, this is not a joke. This is actually, we're terrified of it.
So there's two people or two subjects that are in your backyard?
Correct, and they're very large. They're like 8 foot, 9 feet, 10 foot. I don't know. They look like aliens to us. Big eyes. They have big eyes, like I can't explain it. And big mouth. They're shiny eyes, and they're not human. They're 100% they're not.
I wish there was so much more to this. What does the comments say? I don't know why I believe him. I wish there was more context at the end of these stories. Wasn't an owl in a tree. You heard a smash. You heard something come from the sky. He sounds not in shock like it says, but at the same time, I'm so freaking curious. So now we've moved to our last one. We have the Michael Miller case. I guess the first 41 seconds of the video is the call. So in May 2009, Michael Brian Miller, a 29-year-old from Glendale, Arizona, made a chilling 911 call confessing to stabbing his wife, Adriana, and their 10-year-old daughter, Valeria, to death, and his 4-year-old son, Brian, was critically injured, but he did survive, so that's great, unfortunately. Miller reported the murders, claiming he believed his wife was a demon, and both God and Lucifer drove him to commit the act. He claimed that it was under Satan's influence during the crime. During the call, he said himself that he was possessed and had no real valid reason for doing it, but it just hit him like a brick. He later stated that he yeeted his son the most because he loved him the most. He was diagnosed with bipolar disorder and schizophrenia. Miller exhibited signs of delusions and religious hallucinations. He was found outside the home covered in blood and demonstrated erratic behavior, including smearing poop and threatening officers. Why is it always with the poop, man? And in the aftermath, Miller was convicted and sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole for 2 counts of first-degree yeet yeet and attempted yeet yeet. Okay, so this is one where we're knowing that this is mental health. But again, man, I swear, sometimes I've met some people with mental health issues and I've been like, wow, are you just connected to something else? This obviously does not sound like that at all, but I'm really curious to hear the 911 call, and let's see how much it unsettles us.
911, what is your emergency?
I just my family with the knife, all of them, all 3 of them.
What's your name?
Michael Miller. Just come out here right away because I am terrified.
Are you sure they're not breathing?
My son was.
Where's your wife at?
They're all here in the kitchen. Please come out here right away.
Okay, you need to stay on the phone with me, okay?
I'm on the phone with you.
Just stay on the phone with me. Your name is what again, Mike?
Michael Miller.
Michael, okay. Have you been having some problems?
I don't know if it did something, but I'm not myself. I'm possessed.
Where's your wife at in the kitchen? Is she on the floor? Is she in a chair?
She's on the floor.
Okay, what's her name?
Adriana Miller.
Have you been drinking tonight?
No, I'm not.
Have you ever had any type of thoughts of doing this before?
Never, ever. It just hit me like a brick in the face. I don't even know why I did it. I don't even have a valid reason.
So is that demonic possession? It hit him like a brick in the face. It was something he had never experienced before. Obviously, he had been diagnosed with schizophrenia and bipolar, so that had to come from some kind of scenario that played out that showed that he had that. But for this to go so fast, for there to be no signs leading to this, for you to be able to get married and have a family and have kids and create a normal life, and then bam, it hits you in the face. Doesn't that make you so scared of everyone and everything? It does me. It does. Guys, this was a fun video to do. We are getting so close to happy Halloween. I want to do something spooky for Halloween. I have a cool idea. I hope it works out. I'm going to be honest, I want to apologize for the lack of Halloween content. I'm a new mommy, so give me till next year, okay? Give me a year. Next Halloween, I'll make sure it's bussin', okay? I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure that you're heading over, grabbing your own Veil House deck, because what is better than a seance on Halloween? All right, I love you guys so much. Stay spooky, Boo Crew. I love you. Boo, are you still here? Well, that's cool, because you should probably go check out Mist Play. Don't forget, link in description. Let me know what you're playing.